Hello, welcome to this webinar. My name is Dr. Majella Kilkey and I'm the Programme Convener for the MSc International Social Policy and Change. So during this webinar, you will hear more about the programme, how we teach and assess students on the course. You'll hear about the Department of Sociological Studies and the University of Sheffield. Then I'll pass to a current student, Wendy Kim, who will talk about her perspective on life in the department and here at Sheffield. And finally, we'll turn to Dr. Kate Viner, who's our postgraduate admissions tutor, and she'll talk you through the postgraduate admissions process. After each of us speaks, there'll be time for you to ask questions, and we'll also have time at the very end so you can return to any of us to ask specific questions about earlier parts of the presentation. So the MSc starts from the premise that we are in a period of rapid social change that's provoking challenges across the globe. These challenges include labour market precarity, large-scale, rapid movements of people internally, for example, from the countryside to the cities, and also across international borders, and demographic ageing. A key purpose of the MSc is to develop awareness of these challenges and the way that they're experienced in different parts of the globe, such as Asia, the Americas, Africa, and Europe. The MSc is also concerned with enabling students to critically examine dominant policy responses to key aspects of social change at national levels, global levels, as well as cross-national comparative. In this programme, we're interested in policy alternatives. How can we have better solutions to address the challenges that we currently face? And so we also focus on agendas on policy alternatives and futures. Finally, there's a very practical component to this master's programme, which focuses around training and research methods. It offers comprehensive training in the kinds of research methods that are needed to conduct research internationally and comparatively. The programme consists of core modules as well as options. The core modules comprise 90 credits. And here you'll study, firstly, international social change and social problems. This unit focuses on the processes, dynamics, and consequences of contemporary social change from an international perspective. Key patterns of international social change are explored and analysed with reference to the main theories and at different spatial scales from the global to the local. Arguments will be applied through a number of case studies, including migration, labour market change, economic competitiveness, population ageing, and family change. The second core module, International Social Change, Analysing Policy Responses, looks at the national, international, and global levels, examining policy responses to contemporary social changes. It introduces the theoretical frameworks utilised in the analysis of social policy in global, international, and comparative contexts, and the architecture of international and global social policy governance, so that students can understand the nature of social policy responses and their outcomes, as well as the reasons for international variations in the logic of policy responses. You also have modules related to methods. So in the first semester you have two core modules introducing quantitative methods and introducing qualitative methods. These give you an introduction to the wide array of approaches, quantitative and qualitative, used in social sciences. Then, in the second semester, you have a core module which provides much more bespoke training in the methods that are required for international social and policy analysis. This module, Methods for International Social Policy Analysis, is double weighted. It's worth 30 credits, in acknowledgement that there are specific skills and techniques that are required in order to be able to effectively analyze and research policy at international, global, and comparative levels. Your program is also made up of 30 credits of optional modules. This allows you to take 2 options worth 15 credits each. Usually you study one in the first semester and another one in the second semester. The choice of what's available changes year on year, but for example, this year includes modules such as International Childhood's Rights and Policies and Practices, Children, Families and Welfare States, Key Issues in Global Public Health, Key Issues in Environment and Development, Theorizing the City in the Global South, Urban Development in the Global South, Ideas and Practice in International Development, Cities of the South, Planning for Informality, and Governance and Participation in the Global South. The final component of this master's program is a dissertation. This is worth 60 credits, so it's given a lot of weight in the program. It's compulsory, so every student must complete a dissertation to achieve the master's. However, you have a choice in the type of dissertation that you do. Students can opt to do a standard dissertation in international social change and policy, where, with the support of one-on-one supervision with a member of staff and the teaching team, they focus on one topic relevant to the program and undertake either empirical research or desk-based or theoretical research over a period from around, working on it intensively, from around June right through until September. But students can also decide to take a dissertation with internship. This allows you the opportunity for supervised research and collaboration with an external body on an agreed topic in international social change and policy. There's no financial support available from the department to support you with the internship, but we will help you link in with a university-wide scheme called the Postgraduate Advantage Scheme that awards £1,000 for 100 hours of internship. In this scheme, you can create your own internship, and students have done that in the department last year and this year, so that they receive financial support while undertaking their internship. Examples of internships completed by students include one with Safe Children Africa, Forum Central, a local organization working with older people, Zhouhun Haihu Poverty Alleviation Center in China, the European Center for the Study of Research in Sicily. And this year, one student working with Unite Families, an international organization based in the US, will attend the UN Summit meeting on women's issues in March. So this offers a real opportunity to apply your knowledge to a real world environment. Internationalization of the student experience is a top priority here at the University of Sheffield and in the Department of Sociological Studies. There are a range of initiatives beyond the department that you can take advantage of and that we will support you in doing so. For example, the Erasmus Plus Work Placement Scheme enables you to spend 2 to 12 months on a work placement in another European country and have it count towards your degree. This, for example, could be a way to finance an internship linked to your dissertation. There's also the Global Leadership Initiative, which offers high-achieving students from the Faculty of Social Sciences the opportunity to attend major international summits taking place during the academic year, like the UN, International Labour Organization, and such like. Accompanied by staff, small groups of between 4 and 8 students actively engage in these meetings, developing press and policy briefs facilitated by media and other forms of accreditation. This is an opportunity for students to gain first-hand experience of international policy debates at the highest level. And finally, There are opportunities to undertake international summer schools. This academic year, for example, the Department of Sociological Studies, the Department of Politics here at Sheffield, in collaboration with a research centre in Thessalonica in Greece, will be organising a summer school focused on the integration of migrants following the migrant crisis in Europe between 2014 and 2016. We offer scholarships for our students to attend those summer schools such as these. The teaching here on the programme has a diverse range of approaches. We have lectures, especially in core modules such as Introduction to Quantitative Research, Introduction to Qualitative. But we also do a lot of small group work, seminars and workshops. And these are very much opportunities for students to participate, to work in collaboration with their peers on the modules and contribute actively in a class. We also run laboratory classes, especially associated with the methods modules. There are opportunities for small group work, preparing presentations, doing small group projects together. And we have one-to-one supervision, particularly when we come to the dissertation. Assessments also vary, both within and across modules. We try to have a combination of coursework as well as standard exams. And within coursework, this can be essays, it can be oral presentations, posters, portfolio work, or policy briefs. We have the dissertation and the dissertation with internship option, which are very particular types of assessment. The dissertation requiring you to write a substantial piece of work, around 15,000 words, on a topic of your own choosing. The dissertation with internship also has a substantial piece of research writing, about 12,000 words, but also includes a policy brief written for the organisation you've been working with, as well as a more reflexive piece around the skills and capacities that you've developed in the course of undertaking your internship. Within the MSc, there's a strong emphasis on developing the practical skills required by social policy analysts working internationally. In addition to extensive training in the methods of policy analysis, there's an option to do the internship, as I've talked about, in order to apply those skills in a real-world policy environment. For professionals already working on social policy in government, international organizations and development agencies, global advocacy agencies, and international non-governmental organizations, this course provides an in-depth understanding and knowledge of the subject area. Mature students wanting to reflect on and further develop skills will also benefit from the course. And of course, it also provides a fantastic grounding for students wishing to pursue further postgraduate education and research. And here we're talking specifically about doing a PhD. And each year we have students progressing from the master's program to doing a PhD, either with us here at Sheffield or elsewhere in the UK or internationally. The University of Sheffield is a Russell Group university with big ideas and great ambition. We're a leading UK university with a global reputation, ranked in the QS World Rankings 2018 in the top World 100 universities. In the UK, we're in the top 10% of UK universities for research excellence. So, having a research-led teaching program is a particular feature of teaching here at the University of Sheffield and in the Department of Sociological Studies. The Department of Sociological Studies, which is home to the MSc, brings together sociology, social policy, digital society, and social work. We're a research-intensive department. 79% of our research was judged to be internationally excellent or world-leading in our last Research Excellence Framework in 2014. That's a UK-wide assessment of research across all UK universities. That exercise placed us in the top 10 amongst the Russell Group for research output. So drawing on that research excellence, our courses focus also on equipping students with the skills for employment in the private or public sectors in diverse countries. The research that we do in the department has had high-profile contributions to theory, policy, and practice. We have a range of research interests, but those who contribute to the MSc International Social Change and Policy are particularly interested in work around aging, care, children, young people and families, migration, and gender. And departmental staff lead renowned university and faculty research centres in the areas of, for example, migration, childhood. I'm going to pause slightly now in order to pass to Wendy.
Hello, it's a real pleasure to be talking to you all. My name is Wendy Kim. I am studying International Social Change and Policy in the University of Sheffield. I would like to start by giving a brief self-introduction. I grew up living in Kenya, England, Malaysia, China, and Korea, so I have a very international background. I completed my BA in Shanghai, Fudan University, and I've been studying in Sheffield for about 5 months now. I chose University of Sheffield's ISCP program. Personally, I visited Sheffield in 2015 because of my sister, who was then an MA student in Sheffield, and I just fell in love with the city and school. Sheffield has all the modern facilities. The IC and the Diamond are equipped with computer rooms, group study rooms, seminar rooms, and even a shower room. Sheffield tries to make studying as easy as possible. Also, the Student Union building offers interesting events and helpful guidance. The core modules in the program are well designed so that you are fully prepared for your dissertation. Professor Kilkey also makes sure that you're doing well by having personal tutoring meetings with you. The optional modules are very diverse. I'm sure you'll be able to find an interesting module which will help you widen your vision. The dissertation with internship offers a great opportunity for students as well. It is also funded by the university's PAS scheme. You'll gain unique external experience, which will be an addition to your academic program. Now, personal experience of the application process. I added this because I thought at this stage you'd be thinking about this a lot, but please bear in mind that everyone has different experiences. I found out about this course and I went applying online by myself. I know that a lot of international students seek the help of external companies to gain guidance, but the application process was thoroughly explained and clearly laid out online. I had zero struggle of applying to this university by myself. I completed and submitted my application on the 21st of March and received an unconditional offer by the 28th of March. My personal struggle during the application process was the IELTS. If there are any students experiencing this, I just want to say that you can do it, and if you fail to achieve the requirements, the university might offer you another option, so please don't give up. So these are my photos of my life in Sheffield. So I live in the student accommodation, and the student accommodation assigns a mentor to check on you regularly and see if you're doing well. The first picture is my mentor. Living in the student accommodation gives you access to free sports classes such as yoga, Zumba, swimming, and even fencing, which is the second picture. Don't worry if you're not living in the student accommodation. Sheffield doesn't leave you out. The ticket box in the student union offers events like horseback riding, Halloween party, and food events for very fair price too. Picture 3 and 4 is me in one of those events. Lastly, I want to talk about my classmates. We are very international. We are from Taiwan, England, America, and Korea. We constantly communicate with each other during workshops and seminars and exchange our thoughts. I am so grateful for such talented classmates. Picture 5 is when all our class went to dinner with Professor Kilke. I really enjoyed spending time with her outside of class as well. The 6th picture is not last but not the least, my best friend. In Sheffield, not only have I gained academic knowledge that would benefit me a lifetime, but I gained lifelong friends who I will be cherishing my whole life too.
Hi everyone, so my name is Kate Viner and I'm a lecturer in sociology in the department and I'm also the postgraduate admissions tutor and I'm going to talk now through how you would apply for the course. So, oops, skip the slide, so here we go. So what are the entry requirements? So the minimum requirement we have is for an undergraduate degree at 2-1 or an equivalent. And we're looking for people with degrees in social science disciplines like sociology, social policy, politics, international relations, or development studies. If you don't have a degree in one of these disciplines but you have equivalent work experience, like working at a non-governmental organisation or a development agency, we'd also encourage you to apply. And if you have any questions about that, get in touch with us. Our minimum English requirement is an IELTS of 6.5. And if you have alternative English language qualifications, they might be acceptable. So have a look at the web link that you can see on the slide here for what alternative qualifications we would accept. If you're an international student and you don't already meet the requirements for postgraduate or master's degree programs, you can still be considered for one of our pre-master's programs with the Sheffield International College. So the college offers flexible pre-master's pathway programs in the social sciences that are specifically designed to prepare international students for admission onto our postgraduate or master's degrees. So if you've got any queries about the entry requirements, do get in touch with us and we can discuss all of that with you. And if you're an international student and you want to find out about funding options that are available to you, then do have a look at the University of Sheffield's website, which is given on the final bullet point on this slide. Okay, but I want to talk about a couple of particular funding opportunities that we have available here in the department. The first one is the CK Wong bursary, and this is available to prospective students from the East Asian region who want to take the MSc in International Social Change and Policy with us, and who want to study in 2018. So we have one bursary available worth £5,000, and it's available to students, as I said, who are going to begin their studies in September 2018. So CK Wong was an alumnus of the department. He graduated with a PhD with us in 1992, and he's now a professor of social work at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and he's collaborated with Professor Alan Walker, who's a professor in this department, who was also his PhD supervisor. So in order to apply for the CK Wong bursary, you need to live in one of the countries that are listed in the second bullet point on this slide. And you need to apply for and accept an offer for study on the MSc International Social Change and Policy that for the course beginning in September 2018. And you also need to be a self-financing student. So to apply for this bursary, we ask you to provide a letter of application with your personal statement, explaining why you want to study for the MSc and why you want to come to Sheffield. So if you want further details about how to apply, have a look at our website, or please contact us using the email that I'm going to give you at the end of this presentation. And the deadline for applications for the CK1 bursary is the 30th of March. Okay, so the second funding opportunity I want to draw your attention to is the Alan and Nesta Ferguson Scholarship. So this is targeted for international students from a number of developing countries for a number of courses that are affiliated with the Sheffield Institute for International Development. And the MSc International Social Change and Policy is one of the eligible courses. So there's going to be a small number of scholarships available to academically strong people from one of the developing countries who are going to start study in September 2018. So the scholarship offers a full tuition fee waiver and a maintenance for university accommodation and a monthly stipend. To be eligible, you have to hold an offer to study for the MSc on a full-time basis in 2018. And you have to be classified as an overseas student for tuition fee purposes. You also have to be self-funding to receive this award. In other words, you can't already be funded by a research council, the government, a government, private enterprise or charities or any similar organisations. So in order to check whether you come from one of the eligible countries, please have a look at the website which is listed on the final bullet point on this slide. And more information about the scholarship is going to be available soon at that website. Okay, so what happens when you apply and how do you apply? So all applications are made online, and that can be done through the link on this slide. When we receive your application, we create an applicant record for you, so you can log in and check the process of your application. So in order to apply, you have to provide evidence of your qualifications. So that means uploading copies of certificates and transcripts. You can provide examples of past work experience, and we also require a statement on why you want to study for this program, as well as evidence of appropriate English language qualifications if you need them. And we'll also ask you to provide 2 academic references. The decision can take up to about 4 weeks to process, but as you just heard, it can be a lot quicker than that. So once we've processed your application, we send you a letter out if we're going to make an official offer of study. And the offer can be either unconditional or conditional. And conditions could be to do with gaining appropriate English language qualifications. Okay, so if you have any questions about any of this, the most useful contact is Isabel Shepherd, who is the Recruitment and Admissions Assistant for postgraduate study, and this is her email address. So if you have any questions about the application process, please do contact us at this email. Okay, so thanks very much for listening, and now we're going to hand over to you if you have any questions.